can't wait for no one. You have to know. We continue with the market structure. If you like, you listen. If you like, you continue to write. You will meet me where you're supposed to meet me.
I want to do what?
We continue with market structure. Today we're going to contestable market. Note, contestable market, it's not a market structure. It's a market condition. Get the point here. There's market structure where we have oligopoly, monopoly, monopolistic, duopoly, and perfect competition and imperfect competition. But when it comes to a contestable market could happen in any of those markets. So mostly we could call contestable market a market condition, not a market structure. In real time, not a market structure.
Why is it a part of the market?
It is part of the market structure because it could happen in any of the market structure. Does it make sense? Great. So a contestable market is not a kind of market structure, but a market condition. A contestable market implies where the threat of new entrants, that's new firms coming in, disciplines existing firms, which then influence their behavior as if they are in a competitive market. Because it's a contestable market, the threat of new entrants coming into that market becomes the yardstick for existing firms to sit tight. Get the point here. The threat of new firms coming into that market becomes the reason for existing firms in that market to sit tight and behave well in the market. And when we talk about behaving well, we're talking about selling at a price that is affordable for consumers and becoming efficient. Do we get the point here? Okay. So what are the features of a contestable market? The first one is no barriers to entry or exit. In a contestable market, it's a market that firms can come in and go out without any cost incurred. So get the point here. No barriers to entry or exit. Firms can enter or leave the market without facing significant cost or obstacles. In a contestable market, firms do not have to incur cost or any obstacle from coming in or going out. I haven't. When I do, I'll let you know. So the first feature or characteristic of a contestable market is that there is no barriers to entry or exit, which simply means that new firms can come in or go out as they wish without incurring any cost that is significant that would make them to want to stay or not want to leave or want to enter. 2, zero sunk cost. When we talk about sunk cost, we're talking about costs that are too high for a firm to cover within a period of time. Too expensive, too high for firms to cover, like cost of equipment, cost of facility. These things are not costs that you can incur, they are long-term costs. It's not a cost that you can recover within a short period of time. So that might hinder your movement out of the market. So there's zero sunk cost, which simply means that whatever cost you incur in the cost of coming into that market, you will recover it when you are exiting the market. Get the point here. We have a sunk cost, which are those costs that cannot be recovered because we are in that market, like cost of facility, cost of equipment, machines. We cannot recover them within a short period of time, except if you want to sell them at a lower price. But for a contestable market, we have zero sunk cost, which simply means that whatever cost we incur in the cost of entering the market, when we are exiting the market, we can recover them. Do we get it, please? Yes. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
Okay, great. The third one, equal technology. Both existing and new entrants have the same access to technology for production.
Capability. Same capability.
Yeah, they have access, not capability, it's accessibility.
Oh.
There's capability, which means your ability to. But accessibility means you might have the ability, but you don't have the link towards getting it. But here, both the existing and new firms have access to the same technology. Sometimes you have money, but you don't even have what you want to buy. You have money, but you still don't have access to it. But here, you have the ability to buy, but you don't have what to buy. So access is not the same as capability.
So this case is accessibility.
It's accessibility, yes. So both existing firms and potential firms have access to the same technology that will be needed for production. Do we get it? That's why it's contestable. The next one, No consumer loyalty. Now, when we talk about consumer loyalty, we're simply talking about customers having emotional attachment to a brand.
So they'll just buy from whatever.
Yeah, there's no emotional attachment to any brand. So whichever branch comes in, whichever brand that comes in, that offers a lower price, consumers will go there and buy. The only ones firms that could sell at a lower price, they move directly to the firm. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Consumers are conscious about price. So in a contestable market, they are conscious about price mostly. So they don't care about your brand. As soon as a new brand comes in and it offers them a lower price, they stop buying from you and they move there. Do you get it? And the last one, hit and run competition. So because it's a contestable market that gives free entry and exit, new firms can quickly come in, make a profit around it, and get out. Before the existing firms start reacting. They cut the price, they make the profit, they move out. Yes.
For example, when a car accident, it's not talking when somebody takes another car, and it's taken for the police comes.
Yes, that's the kind one. So most of it, they are just there for a period of time to make the profits possible to make. Then before you react as the existing firms, they are off. They make the profit and off. A contestable market allows it. Why does a contestable market allows it? The contestable market allows it because there's free entry and exit. You don't have to tell anyone you want to leave. You're not incurring further cost in the cost of living. There's no sunk cost. Sunk cost is the reason why most firms will not want to come into a market, and sunk cost is the reason why most firms find it difficult to exit the market.
Especially small firms.
You can't even, one of the reasons why we have barriers to entry is that small firms do not have the financial capability to put up that initial cost to start the product. So there's initial cost, which is high, and there's sunk cost, which is also a real barrier to entry. But with a contestable market, which is a market condition, not a market structure, there's no sunk cost, it's zero sunk cost. So whatever cost you incur in the cost of coming in, you can as well recover it when you are exiting.
Even small firms.
Yes. There's no for small or big, it's a contestable market. That's why I said small firms, both the small firms, the existing firms, or the potential firms have access to the same information, to the same technology. So no one is bigger than anyone. You are there before now, it doesn't matter. Do you get it? Then, what are the implications of contestable market to firms? The first one. Yeah, the threat of new entrants compel. You see, the threat of new entrants compel existing firms to be more efficient and keep prices lower. Compel. Disciplines them. So they don't have any other choice. Yes, they don't have any other choice than to be effective, to be efficient, than to find a way to set a lower price. So what are those things that happens in a contestable market? The first one, lower prices. To deter new entrants, existing firms will use limit pricing. Now, when we talk about limit pricing, a price that is even lower to the cost of production. So when you look at the cost of production and the price, there's no incentive for new firms to come to the market because they're not going to make profits. Do you get it? That's the first one. The second one is increased efficiency. Efficiency simply means you're not wasting resources, right? So with contestability, firms become productive and dynamic efficient. And when we talk about productive efficiency, simply means they want to produce at the lowest possible cost in that market. That is productive efficiency. And for dynamic efficiency, they would invest in innovation to keep up with the demand within the market. In a contestable market, because any firm can contest with you, simply means you have to be at par, you have to be up there to compete with them. So you need to be productive and dynamic efficient, not allocative efficiency here. Productive and dynamic efficient. Now, when we talk about productive efficiency, it simply means you are producing at the lowest possible cost. And when we talk about dynamic efficiency, we're simply talking about using innovation to increase your competitiveness. Clear? And the last one, in the long run of a contestable market, they make normal profit. Why do they make normal profit? They make normal profit because in the short run, there's always excess. There's always what? excess profit. And what does excess profit do? It attracts new firms to come in. And as soon as new firms comes in, supply increases, prices fall, profit reduces. Do we get it or not? Get the point here. In the contestable market, in the short run, there's excess profit. This excess profit brings or draws new firms into the market. And as soon as new firms comes into the market, output increases, supply increases, excess supply, prices fall, revenue falls, profit reduces. So in the long run, they make what? Normal profit. So this is all about the contestable market. Any question about it? Are you sure?